Oh, where's the fisheye? Let's fisheye it all. Get my lens, the camera is on, ladies. David is videoing and cooking. Video and cooking.
I need a toilet at first. I need a drink. You want a drink? That is your cook here.
You have.
It's here.
Morning, ladies. Man wants to cook. Your time is now.
I know
I am live on Tube.
Learning time as well.
Learning, yes, I know. Very good. Please this way. I'm turning the camera around. You're live on Tube. Everything you say is heard, even though they can't see. I cannot believe your timing. Go out. Vamos. Rapido. Bear with me, scribers. Get sat down. Get ready. Are you ready? We have a tea time special. Turn me around a bit. I'm here, look. Tea time special. Fisheye special. Oh, it's backwards. That's just ruined it. All of that effort to get Babylon Must Fall backwards. The other camera does work. The lens is good. Bear with me. And we shall begin. Check the title. We will go. We're going to be cooking and chatting. Can't pay, they will take it away. That's the title of the show. Yes, Anne-Marie is good.
I have a question.
Oh.
What time I can start the washing machine?
After the video.
It's how long time?
45 minutes.
Ah, okay.
I will give you a call when you can start the washing machine. That's how life is. Come back, kisses. See how life is here. Well, Anne-Marie's asking when she can turn on the washing machine. The washing machine lives there. She can't turn it on yet because we're making a video and we're cooking dinner. When I say time is tight, time is like a military operation in this. I was going to say dwelling, habitat, nuns, habits, habitats, habits. Get me? Thinking on. Can't pay, we'll take it away. That's the title of the show, is it not, fam? The sheriffs are coming. They want their monies. Everybody wants their monies. Well, if you haven't got any monies to pay them, well, what is money? You know, what is value? What is debt? What is intrinsic value? What is money in itself? You know, and if you are using sweat equity notes, as we call them, cash, see the thumbnail for a picture of a Scottish £10 note. Thank you to Sister Nonna for sending a donation through the post, by the way. Let it be known. Sister Nonna, Sister Maria, thank you very much. Big love to you. I've taken a photo of that said reserve credit note, as I'll call it, bank note. Please see the thumbnail. I urge you to go onto your generic search engine that I hope isn't Google and is something like DuckDuckGo. I invite you to go find a picture on the interwebble of the Scottish £10 notes, and please take time to read the very, very small. You may need a magnifying glass. In fact, I reckon 50% of you will need a magnifying glass to read that tiny, tiny, tiny microscopic print on that Scottish £10 note. Whilst you're reading that, please make a note of anything that concerns you, confuses you, or indeed why it does say that, in what way it says it, in the language it says it, etc. So, you know, can't pay. Well, when we say pay, we mean these things like Scottish £10 notes. We'll call them private bank reserve credit notes, for want of a better term. And these Scottish £10 notes, or private bank notes, yes, they are debts. So what we are doing, whether you realise it or not, is that you're discharging a charge, which is called a debt. This is all in the civil realm. This is civil jurisdiction, civil Roman type accounts that you're dealing with in your office. So, can't pay, we'll take it away. Well, how can we pay, can't pay, we'll take it away? Don't point with a knife, David, ever on YouTube. You will get branded a loon. Just think about it. To the programming director. Speaking of programs, there's a Dispatches on tonight that we need to get reminded of. Blue Man Group, please find a Dispatches documentary that's on sometime tonight or this week. We need to look into that. But going back to can't pay, we'll take it away. And the sheriffs are coming. Producers, directors, funders, all of the network operators, they're in. Do you realise what you are doing? You are calling debt notes, you know, and you are enabling this this deception to go on. It is not paying, it's discharging, all right? Cannot discharge, then we'll take it away. Cannot discharge honourably, cannot discharge effectively, cannot effect legal tender payment, then therefore we'll take it away. Now what are you taking away? You proclaim to be taking away man's goods. Well, man doesn't have goods, man has property. That's how it rolls. We have the property. Proper ties, property. Josh X coming soon, stand by. You don't know. Wow, yeah, just what we've got coming is truly amazing. We have gone from strength to strength, and I continue on. So I promise to pay. Yes, these are IOUs. The IOU is the credit note there. So the public side of money, I hear what you're saying. Let me simplify it then. The public side, the general public side of the office of debtor, okay, is where you are in the misconstrued trust. Yes, we are the trust, you know, pioneers of somewhat of this late age, and by accident, albeit, but still, we are here. So the office of debtor deals with the what? Debt notes. That's right, debt notes, because you're the debtor. I'm the debtor, apparently. Well, I'm not, no. Mr. David Jeremita is the debtor. By me, man being born, birthed, they was able to, what? You know, securitize my ass, literally, securitize my fine ass on that certificate under the CQV. So then I get put under assumption and presumption after the said amount of time into the office of the debtor, into the public, with the public debt notes. You following on YouTube? I hope you are. Somebody find me that Dispatches, that's equally important. And I need to cover that later. Wow. So, yeah. The private side has thumbprints, it has autographs, it has limited liability, and it has discharge under the 1882 Bills of Exchange. Can't pay, we'll take it away. The sheriffs are coming, and other such shows. If you are on stateside, Australia, you know, we realise I've got a big family and a big audience. I'd like to know what your continent has to scare you. Generally on Sunday evening, about 8 PM, just before bedtime. That's more programming. Mental alchemy is what we're doing for you here. We are pointing out and showing to you what is happening in the very many areas of health, wealth, debt and functionality. So before bed on a Sunday evening, somebody somewhere at a network decides to air such a heinous show with men in black, shadowy things, taking stuff just before you go to bed. What does that do to man's subconscious thoughts? Has anybody thought about that? Does anybody know? Yes, you do. My scribers know. That's why there's so much love for you. Well, it's just disgusting. You guys at, you know, the corpses there, the networks. Can we have a sovereign broadcast, please? We'd like to publicly announce whom we are, where we reside, and what our assumptions and presumptions and rebuttals of this system sound and look like, because boy, are we getting ready. Equity cards are coming. Yes, we're talking equity. That's the only currency that we have going for us. Trust. Yeah, trust is man's true currency, and equity, known as black cards, the equity cards. You know, just been speaking to G-Star about how much death and harm is happening out there, and if you don't have the funds, then it should be given to you, it should be granted to you. You know, once man gets to a certain amount of money, then that's it. You should stop. Once you get to £100 million in savings, you shouldn't be allowed to save anymore. The rest should automatically go into another pot. So with the accounts of Rome, the Club of Rome, and all of these bonds and the United Kingdom as a trust in itself, the executives, Brexit, we are doing something called Sexit, S-E-X-I-T. Sovereigns exited the United Kingdom en masse. If you'd like to join this exodus of the United Kingdom in time for the kerfuffle and the significant disruption that Brexit will be causing, don't worry though, they're stopping up on Ben and Jerry's for you. There'll be plenty of Ben and Jerry's, but there might not be any penicillin or morphine or ambulances, you know, all these kind of essential things of life. Wow, farcical to say the least, but we won't get angry. They are really doing us a favour. We are planning self-sustenance, self-management, we are self-governing, and we are under the divinity of the Creator, the Almighty, He who must be feared, who has favourites, yes? The redemption days are coming, and we are doing the work of the Lord, and we are in effect kicking arse for the Lord. We have strewn from the path and the office of the creditor, the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. Yes, as we've put it before, we are now at the tree of life. Really is just totally disgusting. So creditors' cards are coming. How? Claim of right, High Court's Privy Chancery. That's how. Amongst other ways, notices to Pope Francis, the papal sees, okay? The papal sees, the paper sees. What's money? A currency. Your currency of the paper sees and the papal sees. Ah, si. Prego. Very good. Italiano. Yes, this man has got a lot to answer for. We've got to let him know that we are living under the CQV Act. Yes, we reclaim the estates where the gold is, in the Vatican, in the Vati, to be fair. The Medici, the crowns. I mentioned earlier the crown prince. We are all crowned when we are born by the waters of our mother. We enter this kingdom ship, okay? It's a kingdom ship that we enter. You may be living in a township, a kingdom ship, a partnership, you know, a friendship. These are the words that we need to be wary of, very wary of, you know. So much to discuss. And the Francis, the CC, the papal sees of the paper sees with the bull papils and the paper proclamations. We need to tell this man that man is indeed alive and that man is indeed coming for what is ours. Land, yes, clean air, and the right to exist and live. Solely live, not so much exist. We're existing now. Yes, with all this craziness going about, I'd like to let the Pope know and his papacies with the currencies that we are here. We are established. We have a peace treaty. We have a declaration of trust under the divinity of man, not ecclesiastical and not legal, and say these are our family names, given names, callings. These are the estate names. So far we have a 400 and nearly touching 30 on the .com. Much love for the new ones that have arrived and the love and injections that you're bringing. 430 on the .com, however many scribers here. We're doing it through the .com, to be fair, and we are going to be getting the equity cards after we let the Francis know what go down, what be going on here. I'm sorry it's so random and a bit shocking. There is many things happening. I can't always tell you because of the spies and the leeches and the shills and the trolls. We have to be very close, cards close to our chest on this. But I will publicly announce this is our intention throughout February, and once the notices have been sent off, we'll be taking a trip to London. This is the only way forward in my mind in an age of bankruptcy. Do not pass go and do not collect £200. The sheriffs are coming and you shall be receiving fines, forfeits and fees in the form of civil, judicial, magistrate, county, district, closed box rooms, non-de jure, de facto, places of business, ruining man's lives. No, I don't think so. Enough is enough. We're not repeating it. We're not going on, you know, the same old ground. But when you've got crown princes, where does the crown prince live? Why is he a crown prince? How did he become a crown prince? You know, what is a crown prince? let me put it to you like this. In my simple mind, is it just me, or did the government just take nature, okay, and sell it as back as real estate? All right, the Dominion didn't pay anything for this. This real estate, nature, and private property, lands. It's all right. It's out there, and it's not got a price tag on it. Much like the American Indians, you know. Wow. In essence, you know, banks bailing out country. How does a bank bail out a country? Let man think about that. My bank's bailed out, you know, a country, so I own that country and its mineral resources. Well, the money that they use to bail out these countries is printed by private consortium. So when a private consortium is printing all the money and lending it out, what do you think they're buying the countries with? Money that they've printed. So, you know, wow, again, it's just baffling. It really is. So we're drifting from the point, and I've gone round the block. I do know that. I have a point, and there is an objective here. Throughout February, we're putting a real focus on significant documents, legislation, treaties, orders, doomsday books, you know, everything, kings and battles, years, adjudicator acts. I'm doing a timeline amongst our intended actions. We'll check Friday night's hangout out, please, those that haven't and didn't see it. For those that did, peace, love and respect for the excellent hangout we had on Friday. Yeah, lots of laughs. Lots of core information. Andy with a new book. Sovereign Wordsmith has got a new book on the scene. Get ready for such renditions as Thou Shalt Love It. Encore Amore. I have a lot of documents uploaded to the .com over the weekend. And yes, splspro.com will be putting out some specialised forums for the, well, we'll call them equity cards, if nothing more. We get a share of the equity. Yeah, can't pay, we're taking it away. Okay, we'll go higher than that. We'll go law on them, and we'll show them that man's private property is not for resale or possession. Indeed, that word possession, you know, much like special appearance at a court, it deals with the occult, it deals with the necromancy, it deals with the psychopathic ways of doing business. Corporations, they have a way of doing business with man, and that is, you know, as we found out, very, very badly, with no emotion, and they chew you up and spit you out, to be fair. They do indeed. Babylon. I don't even think we're in Babylon. Woken up in a nightmare, to be fair. Big old nightmare is where we're at, and very sorry about this. You can't pay a debt with a debt note, can you? If it's a promise to pay on a bank note, how can you pay a debt with a promise to pay? You're not paying a debt. You're not buying a good. You're giving a debt note for some goods. You get a receipt and you look at that receipt. That proves that you have the right to them goods. Them goods may be shopping items, electrical, clothing, cars, automobiles, iron horses. But do you really own them? What is ownership? That's a ship, all right? Yes, well done. Township, citizenship, partnership, friendship. You know, wow. Ships. Old pirates, yes, they rob I on the merchant ships. Yes, and we've seen the boat people and what the boat people have done. I've spoken to Santos, I've had everything confirmed, we know where we are. I'm waiting on Stowvilla Elohim Ra for an ultimate heavyweight hangout with myself and Josh X. Josh X, Stowvilla. Yes, Josh, I haven't mentioned this to you yet, but if you are up for a hangout, which I'm sure you said you was, yeah, with anybody, we can elaborate further. I think with me, Josh, and Stowvilla, we may just break YouTube. Who knows? We will see. Romley Stewart, I can't find. Brother Robert of the Sproul Estate Clan and Famalan from Scotland, or Escotcha, as I've brought it to you, with the banishment of Princess Escotcha from the Nubian Empire, hence the red hair and the lineage of the Egyptian DNA being in a lot of Anglo men. What? Exactly. Let me read you something from the .com as well about the Chancery and Masters. Just let me check something. Then I'm going to say hello to my scribers and your comments. Ah. I'll turn it. Ah, wait there, wait there, wait there. Let me show you some homework that I've been doing. It's not funny. That's homework. What? And that's only half of the print there. 700 and something pages. The document has been uploaded to the .com. I have the luxury of having cheap printing facilities. And when you've got something as heavyweight as this in your possession, before the EMP hits and all data and digital stuff's turned off, or a solar flare freakishly happens and wipes out all technology, I'm printing some bits off for reference. I'd like to read you this. Les liminaris, in fact. Register brevium, B-R-E-V-I-U-M. So register brevium, register of original writs. In Latin, Anglo, Norman and Middle English on parchment. England, likely London, 1460 and later editions in the 16th century. Okay, so this manuscript contains a collection of writs copied towards the last quarter of the 15th century, with additions in the 16th century, especially the elaborate alphabetical index. It boasts an illustrious, wait there, we'll pause that a minute. It boasts an illustrious early provenance. No way. Someone trying to hit me up. Having belonged to Richard Nix, the last Catholic Bishop of Norwich, and an important pro-Catholic voice in Reformation England. The volume might have served Nix during his defence when imprisoned by Henry VIII. The present example, including blank folios for the insertion of later writs, is a fine example of this category of legal manuscripts. And it says provenance. 1. Manuscript copied in England based on content, script and general layout. The earliest writ found here was issued in the 5th year of the reign of Henry IV, circa 1405. IV, is that 4? I believe it is. V is 5. If the 1 is before the V, it then takes away, does it not? Roman numerology. I'm a bit sketchy on that, to be fair. Circa 1405, and the last writ apparently was issued in the 38th year of the reign of Henry VI, hence circa 1460. Too many Henrys, too many V's and 1s. The manuscript might thus date circa 1460, with later editions in the last quarter of the 15th century. I'm getting to something. Please bear with me. Your patience will be rewarded. Number 2, perhaps not the earliest owner, the manuscript was owned by Richard Nix, or N-I-X, c. 1447 to 1535, last Catholic Bishop of Norwich, before the religious reforms of King Henry VIII, and a conservative and independent pro-Catholic voice in Reformation England. Contemporary inscriptions on last vellum, endleaf, Liber Ricardi Nix, Episcopi Norwicensis. Wow, this book belongs to Richard Nix, Bishop of Norwich, and along vertical edge between the clasp and backboard, Liber Nix Norwich. Nix publicly criticised the Lollards and expressed great anxiety about Tyndale's translation of the New Testament, and was among those ecclesiastics who defied Archbishop Thomas Cranmer in 1533 and had to be brought to heel. Before taking up ecclesiastical office, he studied law at Bologna and continued to practice. I've heard Santos talk about this sketchily before. Continued to practice his life, usually in the Catholic cause against Henry. Wow, this is my life. It's a WhatsApp call because I'm on Wi-Fi and man can't be patient, and wow, just bear with me. Starting again. Usually in the Catholic cause against Henry VIII, a learned bibliophile, that's right, bibliophile, Richard Nix, boasted a substantial library and also owned manuscripts with interest in humanism. What? That's right. Owned manuscripts with interest in humanism, an interesting subject I've seen other scribers and tubers talking about. Durham Cathedral, MS, CIV. A 15th century Piero Candido's Latin translation of Plato's Republic, and Cambridge St John's College, MS 205, a 15th century Virgil Opera and Medicine, Glasgow University Library. What exactly? Hunterian MST 519, 14th century Middle English medical recipes, and U59, a 14th century speculum, phlebotomine, as well as a theological values. London Lambeth Palace, formerly Sion College, a 13th century English Bible. Colchester Museum, a 15th century Sarum Breviary, and Lincoln Cathedral, a 15th century Peter de Alessio tractulates and legal reference works. Then it goes on to number 3. I'm getting to the point, just please, and wow, yeah. A note on the verso of the last flyleaf reads, memorandum that the charter, or C brackets HARTER brackets C brackets Harter end brackets, of the confirmation of the College of Leicester, but it's spelled Leicester, which is spelled Leycester. This is proper old since back in the day, fam. Leicester then, so Leycester is Leicester, so Leicester, College of Leicester. I read it as Leicester, yeah, because of the phonics, but interesting spelling, no? Confirmation of the College of Leicester is XII Di Marchi Anno Primo Henrici Octavi in 1509. This apparently the College of Annunciation of St Mary's in the Newark, Leicester. 4. Henry Thomas Barrett, his inscription dated 1826, upper paste down, recording the gift of the book from his father, Henry Thomas Barrett, who was most probably the attorney and solicitor active in Huntington in the 1820s and 1830s, given by him to the Law Society. 5. Here we go. Seatbelts on, fam. London. The Law Society, their stamp repeated numerous times and book plate pasted on the front flyleaf. Historically, an association of solicitors, effectively the trade organisation for solicitors, indeed, I'll be inclined to agree, which represented solicitors in England and Wales. The Law Society was governed by a regulatory role that included the right to supervise the training, qualifications and conduct of solicitors in England and Wales. Where's Scotland and Ireland then? The society was formed in 1825. Still active today. The hall of the Law Society is located at, now wait, drum roll, virtual drum roll for the Indigo, David. God damn, get ready for this. Y'all ready for this? Oh, I've got pins and needles. Wow, you ready? I told you, it's happening, we're on. Discovery is a wonderful thing. Documents being emailed to me and sent to me, and bits and bobs pointed out now because of this is all as a direct result of us publicising the key competence, Sovereign Masters Guild Foundation level there. It's amazing the feedback and the interaction that's coming back to man. So I'm about to tell you where the Law Society was formed in 1825, still active today. The hall of the Law Society is located at, drumroll, 113. 113. Who has an affinity with 1s and 3s? Your man here. So when I saw 113, Chancery Lane, London, wow, that does need checking out for all of those that you do know how to use your due diligence. I would look for the Hall of the Law Society and I'd check if it is at 113 Chancery Lane, London, as confirmed by label pasted on the first flyleaf of this Book of Writs, of the King's Book of Writs. Next, or text, table of contents and whatever. Then we have the oath of the master in Chancery in Anglo-Norman. Yeah, so the oath of the master in Chancery in Anglo-Norman would read something like Sacramento Unius Magistrorum de Cancellare Domini Regis. What? So we got there written down the alleged oath of the master in Chancery in Anglo-Norman. The Court of Chancery was a court of equity. Is, okay, it is. The Courts of Chancery down in London, as I've talked about previously, and will continue to deliberate on going through February. It was a court of equity in England and Wales that followed a set of loose rules to avoid the slow pace of change and possible harshness or inequity of the common law. That's the sentence 1. Academics estimate that the Court of Chancery formally split from and became independent of the Curia Regis in the mid-14th century. Wow, boom. Hit that heavyweight drop bomb there. The rest are following. Yes, trust expert meetings. Capture this and tell this at your meetings. We give it away for free because we've got too much of it. I've got inches and inches and inches. I need to give it you because this is not for us. It's not for keeping. It's for sharing, and because we're caring, we're giving it you and we're giving it good. So the mid-14th century, what did I put there? Academics estimate that the Court of Chancery formally split from and became independent of the Curia Regis in the mid-14th century, at which time it consisted of the Lord Chancellor and his personal staff, the Chancery, offices of the Chancery. They were sold though, okay, they were sold surprisingly by who? By the Lord Chancellor for much of its history, raising large amounts of money from an early period. The Lord Chancellor was assisted by 12 clerks in Chancery, known as the Masters in Chancery. The 12 Masters. That number again, number 12. We want 2 teams of 12 sovereigns. I would like 12. An assembly of 12 sovereigns, and I'd like a steering wheel of 12 sovereigns, and I'd like one man to be the decision maker to make number 25 of the 2 assemblies of 12. So we'll play these games back. You know why they use these numbers? That takes you into the Hermetic principles and the Hegelian dialects. So those of you that aren't up with the Thoth work that we're doing and the Babylonian things that are coming out, I appreciate this a lot, but don't worry, you're with the right men, team, family, trust. We continue on. I know it's heavyweight, you weren't expecting it, we give it to you, and we are happy and proud. So 12, did I say 12? We stopped at 12. 12 was the block there. The 12 masters in Chancery were led by one of their number, known as the Master of the Rolls. I thank you. Master of the Rolls. Good job I'm not in Sheffield right now, because it'd be Master of the Bread Cake, because that's what they call the roll up there. Master of the Rolls. Now what does it mean when we say Master of the Rolls? Well, more to follow. More to follow indeed. The backwards Babylon shirt doesn't look bad now, does it, when we come out with this? I'll continue on with the last bit. The King, our Sovereign Lord. We got lots of it. King, K-Y-N-G. Interesting spelling. King, yeah? In Greece, they use a Y for an I. Zakynthos, Z-A-K-Y. The Zakin is the Thos, is Zakynthos. Laganos, Zante, but the Z-A-K-Y is where the I comes from in Zakynthos. Very interesting, yeah. In common law, a writ is a formal written order issued by a body with an administrative or judicial jurisdiction. In England, a writ became necessary to have a case heard in one of the royal courts, such as the King's Bench or Common Pleas, a manual or procedural law central to common law. Register Brevium contains a selection of writs. It was a formulary book, a compilation and selection of real and fictitious examples of documents issued by the Royal Chancery Registers of Writs. Bum Shankar. They were produced as formulary books. This is what we've got a hold of. This is what we're going to bring to you, because we have now exploded and brought out the trust, and we've done it in such a way. We're moving up to stage 2 of the key competence. This is what the material that will be in stage 2, but not before we have given the key competence grading to those that have taken the documents from the .com and have looked at those documents there. We are formulating the test process and the quizzes. When I say test, testamentary, test, testify, testation, testing. Yes, well, we say grading, or key competence is better. They provided a range of writs previously issued in Chancery, the first step of the judicial process and the only means of implementing the law enacted in the statutes, and served as examples in the pursuit of any action in the protection of rights or liberties, separation of rights and then liberties. Liberties, they're given to a sailor when he goes to the land, when he gets on the port pass, he needs his transportation. In between the ports, he needs the transport, yeah, and he gets liberties when he leaves. That's what liberties come from. They are from, the sailors and what they get granted when they get shore leave. They were the basis of the medieval common law, a guide to its leading principles and a contemporary upon their application. Planket P, and then we have 111. Ah, it's all backwards and fish-eyed, but you get that document. It's called 111. Ah, 111. When I saw that, when I read that, when that clicked in, when I got... I've been at work for 10 hours. Oh, I don't need this. I don't know what's happening, but what I do know is happening is you are sending me what we need to fill in the cracks, the cherries on the top with regards to the equity cards. They're coming this year, all right? There's no ifs and buts about that. You hold me, this is a public notice to all. Such family love, respect. We've put it all out there. Take me out. Doesn't matter. The information's there. It's not in a cupboard. It's not locked away. It's not like going to the cupboard and you haven't got the key. A bit like the UK government where you want your cure, but you can't get your cure. But then the next man walks along in his suit, out of his black Benz, comes in, opens cupboard just like that. Magic. Takes everything he wants while you're stood there in the cold, in your tent, looking at your crack. He closes the cupboard. He goes back in a different colour Benz. And you're like, what? You're left there to die. Nobody cares. Nobody writes to you. No one helps you. No one actually gives a rat's ass about this. When you see and hear that, you will know where we're going. There's one way out and only one way. It's not going to come from those that bring the oppression daily. It's not going to come, you know, from the ones that cause the problem. Problem, reaction, solution. We have the solution. They've got the poison. We have got the remedy. That is just a little snippet from one of the documents I've uploaded to the .com this weekend. Truly enlightening. Les, ENLUMINURES. So Les N Lumin Yours. And it's the Register Brevium. So register and then search Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Victor, Indigo, Uniform, Mikey, and you will find the register of original writs. And you will find information about that that's on the public domain. This one comes from textmanuscripts.com. So www.textmanuscripts.com is printed at the bottom of this. Black and white, simple as. This one, this is a handbook. What? Let me just, it says handbook there, backwards and in fisheye, but it does say handbook. You can't have this yet because it's too powerful. .comers, you can have it. And this one ended up being upload 111 or 1113. Again, another synchronicity with it. I was like, no, but I can't show you enough love. I can't say enough thanks. I cannot wait to get down with the Famalan, and I can't even read you any of this one yet. I've got to say hello to the scribers. I'm not even cooking dinner. The ladies will be starving. I'll be in trouble. The washing machine's not on. I said 45 minutes. Too much to do. When I say I'm busy, this is how busy we are, you know, and we're very grateful to be busy. And if we wasn't busy, we'd be being the victim of capitalistic, you know, commodities such as taking nature, giving it you back as real estate. Indeed, we're going to stand for that. Let's say hello to everyone that's in the house. If you've joined late, you will need to rewind. Go selector to get in touch with, to get up to speed with what I'm bringing you. What's on dispatches tonight? Come on, anybody found it? There's something on. There's an important subject on dispatches tonight. Have you found it? I hope you have. Yeah, it was covered this morning on the wireless. There we go, I'm turning on this. Onions in. Spaghetti bolognese. Vegetable spaghetti bolognese is what we're having tonight. Get that going. Subscribers, it's your time to shine. Andrew, Jerry, Lindsay. Santos is still posting. All right, he just maybe doesn't need to contact me right now. Thank you for that update. Yeah, I've sent him some affidavit statement of truth and some kind of, you know, I've got to be careful because it's private and ongoing, but some kind of information that may help him with regards to Violet and his plight with the visa business. Docker, Freemason's brother. I don't know what that means in reference to, but it does make me laugh. We are not free. We are not Masons. I am a son of May. I'm born 9th of May. And, yeah, right, that's that on. That's all I can say about that, Docker, but good to see from you. Mark, not legal tender. Effect legal payment. Effect legal tender. You can effect payment. You can use legal tender. You can transfer by endorsement. But you cannot, sheriffs are coming, Channel 5 and the codes that I see this on late at night, you cannot clear a debt with a debt. It just will not, it will not wash, yeah, especially when we're all in bankruptcy. You cannot victimise and say, you know, there is other ways. Right, Doc, I love your posts. Get them out there. Lots of love. Yes, Jerry. Good to see the love out there in the family. Mark, Chillstar, we the creator forgives the debtor. Yes, Jerry. That's why all singers, rappers have black cards. There you go, fly on the wall. That's why equity cards. That's what them is. There is your equity cards, black cards. Yes, aka black cards. I like it when I see pennies drop. That's the payment for me right there. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. The pennies are dropped. Well done, my son. Well done, brother. Bosh. There is a magician that takes, allegedly takes ice cubes one out of his pocket without him going in his pocket. Thank you, Chillstar, for the link for the .com and the documents and the forums and the social interaction and the videos and whatever else we're doing. It's constantly growing. It's constantly being built. We do need a council of 12 and 12 and a 1 to govern them, a bit like that master principle there. The number 12, the number 1s and 3s, it's getting too much, but I know we're on the right path and I know we're on the just path and I know from the remedies and successes and the wins and the feedback and everything that's happening, we just need to give it that last little push. Sexit, sovereigns are exiting the UK, Brexit, it's a play on words, that's all it is. Josh X coming up with the log cabins, land. If you have got any kind of land all throughout the realm, it doesn't have to be Anglo, we will quickly hop over on means of private transport and come over and do consultations in any landmass whatsoever. We do need to look at asset protection, management going forward, but this council and assembly of sovereigns, steering wheel committee, diplomats, ambassadors, references, point of references, all of this kind of shebang is what we need, and we need that moving forward. So on the next Hangouts, you'll get an opportunity to interface and put your input in there, and you can email david@splspro.com. The website needs a bit of help with regards to administration help, bloggers, posters. The front page is out of date somewhat. It's a lot of admin and management, and don't forget we are still building it and pioneering the trust and equity, legal codes, admiralty, and how to manage and dispel and discharge. We're not experts, we're not got the answers for everything, but what we've got is quite a lot. It's quite a lot. Right, nearly finished the video, then the washing machine is on. So, carrying on with the scribers. Rasta, we need to catch up. Yes, brother, please, yes. You got my digits. Monday to Friday in the daytime, Rasta, if you're still here. So, the Holy Bible is a nonsense because of the full caps. A fly on the wall, that's your interpretation. I cannot tell you, but capitals are comparable to hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs are picture format. Picture format is same as if you have anything italic. When it is italic, as Romley and Rohan have pointed out on Storm, again, in case anybody wants any further clarification or points of reference, italic is not English. Go and see the video. I won't repeat it. You know, underlined, italic, it's not of, it's basically, you see, any style except the true simple style. It's always true and simple. And capitalization is for you to interpret. What we can say is, we can tell you about the ancient Latin and the dogma and the glossa and the hyphenated capitalization. We can point you, if you're in Anglo, to the Oxford Styles Manual. If you are in stateside, Australia, Commonwealth, Canada, certain other realms like that, then by all means look at the Chicago Styles Manual for the Americanization interface and, you know, sign language as such. We are Oxford. You know, Oxford has got the world's biggest library, private one for the students of Oxford, and it's the world's biggest and oldest library of law and legal. I'd argue legal mostly, but there will be law books in there. We can't get in there though. Doors are closed. Remember that locked cupboard? That's it. So yeah, a fly on the wall. We can tell you about the capitals and the language and the interpretation and the uses, the canons, the ecclesiasticals, the legal and the divine. You know, it's up to you to make your mind up. You have to, we inform you, you do the, you know, the rest. Clever gets, we'll have them though. Yes, we was given a divine right over a full stop Genesis. Oh, it reminds me of Sovereign Smith here, Docker. Look at this, Smithy. We got the ones preaching now. This is good. This is where we go. We go to the Bible. What Bible is that from? I'd estimate KJV, knowing you, Docker. I like that. Yes, John, easy. Ron's recognizance. What is that? Too tiny, a dark, disgusting, socially engineered society of idiot Bell-Ivers. Yeah, it's just plain nasty, and I do not consent. Super Bowl, Spirit Ball, etymology. Thank you very much. Much care. Video link there. Have you done that without a blue man privilege, Ron? Thank you for the link though. Anyway, but I didn't know you can. I must have said yeah to all. You see, 12 masters, 12 signs, zodiac, 12 nights round the tables. Go on, John. I salute the spirit within. That's one of the 12. That's lots of 12s, you know. 12, we go on for more than that, but that's excellent. Thank you, brother. It's tea cake, bread cake, rolls, masters of rolls, got you there. Super leads. Juries were known as the 12 men of common law. Supreme grand juries, yes. You're talking about which type there? Common law jury, 12. Seen it, yes, thank you for that. My onions aren't burning yet. Take, what we got here, Peter Ederos. Take, key, eat, male, word, sup, yes, old Englishy style. A fly on the wall, got to go, thanks Dave and respect. Thank you, much love, Andy. Of the Greg's clan. Dispatches, skipping school, Britain's invisible kids. Thank you, Super Leeds. You are really super. You really are. Super. Super by name, super by nature. The S, the U, the P, the E, the R, the S, the O, the V, the E, the R, the E, the I, the G, the N. Super sharp sovereign with the super sharp chops. Sorry. Too hyper, aren't I? Lord, why did you give me this much energy, and why did you give me such good scribers? Just they know it. Yeah, that's something we need to reflect upon. We will be covering dispatches, all right, about can't talk about it now, just if you can. All right, booyah. Bro, can link the SBO site to my website. Rastar, peace and love. That is much good news. Thank you very much. We need the promotions, video links, putting out whatever we can, and we need to call upon family. Help us up. Chill star, that's 6 for 15. That's the door. That's our doorstep. Oh wow, I see what you're saying, Chill star. You can't type and you're all in caps. These guys on can't pay. Take it away. Well, the free man gave you the evidence last year, bro. Maybe someone took it away. What do you mean? Put it up again, Docker. I have interactions of hundreds of thousands a month, so I don't know. I can't remember that. I've slept since then. But if you've got something that man needs, let's get it out there. Email it me, david@splspro.com. YouTube, when Docker Dawson emails me whatever he's on about here, about can't pay, we'll take it away. I will bring it out and we will cover it. That is from man to you. Docker, let's get on it. Thank you very much, brother, for that offering of information that may be critical. So just to honour that, Doc, as soon as that lands in, within 72 hours, you know I'll be back. You know when you got SPL'd. So yeah, thank you. I'm expecting it. All right, we'll deal with that. I allowed it. Chill. Jay, Nate, all these laws you are saying have been scrapped and replaced. Okay, what really? Okay, so the judge that the prosecutor that allowed the what is it now? The crime of knocking down a lady who was pregnant, yeah, on your bike with no brakes when you're an Olympics athlete, yeah. She was killed and she was pregnant. All right. So that's not an act. That's an actual crime. Yeah, that's not an offence, should I say? Those deeds. They're not acted there. They've actually killed somebody, and they've done it through an accidental way. And these laws that are no longer in effect, like the 1882 Bills of Exchange, or hazard you might be thinking there. Yes, Jay Nay. I will argue that this judge happened to give a verdict. And the sentencing, remember it's all writing and things like that, the sentencing was using a law from the 1800s, 1860s, death by wanton and furious driving from 1860 something in 2018, 2017. So I rest my case. We've looked at these old laws and these ones that aren't there. So you go and tell Pope Francis de Assisi and the papal bulls then that the 1302 unum sanctum does not stand. Let me know what they say, all right? JJ. Peace and love. We're moving on. I am Vendetta. Anyone in black and white suit is working for Freemasons, black and white. Yeah, Babylon must fall, black and white. Doesn't mean I'm a Freemason. No, it doesn't. It means I've got a t-shirt that stands out that says Babylon must fall. But you're right, yeah, checkered, you look round the hats, come on then, I am Vendetta, around the hats, on the floor, such things as, yes, you are right, we know this, Shadow, hello, Chill Star Fist Bump, amazing every time, David, thank you, Shadow, it is amazing what we've got, truly amazing, can't pay, take it away, commercial leaning, Webster's Dictionary, harm, loss or injury, alien is our charge, yeah, and jury. Great comeback. Yeah, that's what we do, great comeback. It's not a comeback, it's sharing the peace and the love. Sharing the peace and the love. It's all here from the heart, from the mind, same as Smithy Wordsmith, man. And all the others that we involve. Shadow, thank you for Friday, my brother. As always, epic, incredible, honoured. I've got to cook dinner. The ladies are waiting. The machine needs to go on. There is no time. Someone's trying to call me. Thank you very much. We'll be back with equity cards and more. Watch this space, stay tuned. Got to go. Thank you very much. Peace and love, and subscribers, keep scribing. Shabba.